facing a division opponent, is there some level of, I don't want to say it's easier, but more comfort there, or more understanding of what might happen, or what teams are going to try to do to you?
Maybe in the past. Obviously they've got a new defensive coordinator this year, so for the first 9 years of my career it was Dom Capers. And I don't say it was easier, but I was more familiar with what they were all about. Obviously, a new defensive coordinator this year, so I've got quite a bit of learning to do on these guys. Do I know a few of their players? Maybe better than some non-divisional opponents. Yes, but they've got plenty of new guys around too, to get to know and get to learn.
I mean, it's saying more division-wide. Obviously, there's the ebb and flow of it, but is there that, I guess, but just familiarity with even like, okay, you're going, obviously it's home this side, but you're going to the same spot when you go on the road. You're going to do this, that versus other.
Yeah, maybe. But at the same time, I think we got a heck of a division with a bunch of really good teams, so that doesn't make it any easier. So we got good teams. We're conditioned in the NFL to show up and play whoever we're playing, wherever we're playing them, and learn them for that week and go from there.
Are you aware of the stat that you need 5 passing touchdowns to become the quarterback who's thrown the most touchdowns against the Packers?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You're behind Johnny Unitas and Fran Tarkenton.
Couple good names. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that. Hopefully at some point get that thing done. That'd be cool.
What are your thoughts on the Packers Young's secondaries, especially Jerry Alexander?
Yeah, I think, obviously in the last 2-3 years, they've spent quite a few draft picks on their back end, and it shows. They're really fast, really athletic, can play the ball in the air. 23 is a really good player, a young guy that can change the direction, play the ball down the field, everything you want from a corner. I think, they have a bunch of DBs that play at a high level for them, and a lot of those guys are younger players, so they're doing a nice job.
When you're facing such a young secondary, is there an opportunity there to maybe fool them into showing them something they haven't seen yet?
From what I've seen on tape, they're a really disciplined group that plays hard and physical and play smart. So we'll have our work cut out for us. They're a group that is extremely talented, and we'll have to run good routes at receiver. I'll have to throw good passes. We'll have to make contested catches, to have success.
Are they pretty different when you watch them on film under Patine?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a different scheme, and they've got quite a few different players, that are playing in that scheme. So quite a bit to learn this week. Try to wrap our head around and go from there.
I know you're not much of a social media fan, but Ndamukong Suh posted on Instagram this week that called Jared Goff the best quarterback I've ever had. What do you?
Jared Goff's playing pretty good right now, so I get it. It's not something I'm going to waste a lot of my own time thinking about. So.
Do you take it as a slight?
No, I don't pay attention to it at all. So.
Who are the top 15 defensive tackles you're playing with?
Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't get into it's just so not my lane.
Top 89 before you get to number 90.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey Matthew, speaking of probably not your lane, but Boomer Esiason was on the radio today and he was pretty critical of you. He said, compared you to Eli Manning, he said that you need to take your team and make your guys believe that you want to win. He mentioned that Tom Brady, I'm just reading these,
yeah, go ahead.
Whips himself up into a frenzy. He's never seen you do that. Because of the money you make, you need to bring it every single week and not just in the fourth quarter, stuff like that. But one more. You need to be a locker room leader, not a locker room lawyer. When you hear stuff like this, what goes through your mind?
Not much. I don't pay too much attention to it. Boomer's not, in our respect his opinion. Whatever he wants to say, he can say. He's not in our locker room, not with our guys, not with me, ever. So I don't put too much credit into that. I just go about my day. Listen, guys, there's people that are going to say good things. They're going to say bad things about us every day. If I spend all my time worrying about what he said or Sue posted or that, I'd be doing a disservice to the guys in the locker room. And I'm trying to get, all those guys and myself as ready to play as I possibly can. And worrying about all that other stuff doesn't help me do that, so I don't do it.
One of the things he does talk about, though, and I think a lot of fans wonder this, have you ever thought about being maybe, I don't want to use the word passionate, but maybe making bigger statements at the podium than maybe you do. Like, you've never really come out and say, like, you know, this is unacceptable, or, you know, for the fans, this is going to change, or the losing here has got to stop, like stuff like that.
Well, you know, in my opinion, what I say in our locker room to our team, to our players, isn't for public consumption. And that's just how I feel about it. And that's probably not going to change. That's who I am. That's how I feel this game should be played. We're in that locker room for a reason. You know, we're part of the team. I appreciate everybody that pulls for us and all that, but at the same time, those guys and I have to be on the same page, and I'm going to talk to them directly if I have to talk to them, and that's kind of how I feel about it.
So just to be clear, have you said those things to the players all the time? Or have you been vocal to say, no, just saying, listen, like the losing, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we all know that, right? I'm trying to help out every single player on our team as much as I possibly can, whether that's certain guys you're jumping on, the next guy you're patting on the back. Everybody, you know, needs a little something different sometimes, and I'm just trying to do my best to give that to those guys.
I got a question. You've been through a lot of these seasons where there's sort of a tipping point in the season where it's going to go one way or the other. Either it's going to be really tough sledding, or you can kind of get yourself back, you know, above water. Do you think this is one of those, in a mini way, one of those situations where before you get to the break, that it's a big game, and that just for where it is at this point in the season?
I think it's a big game because it's obviously the next one, and that's true. I think it's a big game because it's a division game against a really good football team. You know, whatever happens this week, we're going to have to think about it for 2 weeks. So I sure would love to have a win in our back pocket, thinking about it for 2 weeks and finding ways to build off of that. So it's a big game in a lot of ways. You know, I think number one being that it's the next one.
Is this top to bottom, you think, the best receiving core you've played with?
We're extremely talented. I'm not going to rank receiving cores I've played with because I can't remember them all, frankly. And but it's a really talented group. We've got, you know, guys that can play multiple roles, can do multiple things, and they come out to work every day trying to get better, which is all you can ask.
I guess just to follow on that then, what is it that maybe this group does that helps you the most as far as, because you have two tall outside guys, they have Golden obviously this also. What do they do to help you better than maybe other units or just in general?
I just think they're very well-rounded. You know, we've got guys, like I said, that can play multiple roles. We've got outside guys that can play inside. We've got inside guys that can play outside. We can find matchups. We can go down the field. We can go underneath. I just feel like we're multiple at that position, and those guys do a great job of learning the entire offense, maybe not just one spot, and knowing our concepts and understanding what we're trying to do, and so they can play multiple spots on a similar play, and we can have different results. So.
Because of
I don't know. I think it's just different. You know, probably a little bit more spread out than we've been in other years as far as, you know, who's the guy to cover. You know, and back in the day when Calvin was running around, everybody was trying to, you know, find a way to stop him. And now I think it's a little bit more balanced or spread out. Cool. Thanks, guys.